All right. So y'all remember back in the early mid '90s, the show called The Real World on MTV. It was awesome, and all my friends and I were hooked for very. I mean, it was just drama like you wouldn't believe on this show. But I digress. So by the time they got to season three, we ran. So, but season three was a little different than season one and two. They had a guy on the show by the name of Pedro Zamora, and he was openly gay, and he also was HIV positive. And his life was taped and, you know, broadcast for the whole world to see. And that season became the sexual educational course that I never received in school. So now, flash forward to about 10 years or so later, and I am on AOL Instant Messenger. I know, wow, flashback again, with a guy that I just gone on a date with a few days ago, a few days before that. And we're chatting about how awesome the date was and da 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 da, when we're gonna see each other again. And then he's like, I don't know if you want to see me again because there's just some things about me, if you were to know, it might change how you feel about me. And I'm like, dude, what is it? And he wouldn't say. He just like, I don't know how to say it, and he couldn't say. And so I made this joke, and I said, dude, I'm from Flint, Michigan. There ain't nothing I haven't seen or heard. And usually that gets a little laugh, but this time there was radio silence. And I go, sorry, maybe that was inappropriate. And I said, look, whatever doesn't, kill you will only make you stronger. So, whatever you're going through, I'm sure you'll get through it. And then there was another little pause, and then he just responded and was like, I don't think that really applies to my situation. And I don't know what it was about what he said or how he typed it or whatever. I just knew what he had been afraid to say. And so we talked, and it eventually came out that he was positive. And he had only found out he was positive about a month or so, and he was, all this information was new to him. And I didn't really know what to do or say. I knew that it didn't really change my feelings about him. I knew that his status didn't make me think that he was less of a person, but I didn't know how to help him. I didn't know what to do. I mean, remember my sex education was via MTV Real World, and so we tried to talk, but it ended up being kind of futile because it was really the blind leading the blind. And so I tell that story because I still think about that guy, and I think about just frankly how much it sucks to have to, tell someone that, and not because of your status, but because of the fear of how someone is going to react because of the knowledge that you're telling them, and the fear of not knowing if you're ever going to be in a relationship, if your friends and family are going to disown you, if and when you're going to die, and just having to shoulder all of that burden by yourself. So that's one of the many reasons why I've joined AIDS Life Cycle in the fight against AIDS and HIV. I believe that AIDS and HIV is not a problem to just be dealt with by those living with the disease or the surviving friends or family members of those who have passed. It's our fight. It's everyone's fight. And I have a personal stake in this because I want a cure for my friends. I believe there's a cure for my friends, and I believe that a world exists without AIDS and HIV. And so if you don't know what AIDS Life Cycle is, it's an organization that raises funds for the LA Gay and Lesbian Center and the San Francisco AIDS Foundation. And those two benefactors are committed to making sure that young men and women who are living with this disease have a place that they can go to receive treatment and guidance, and they also offer testing and awareness programs that frankly I wish existed or that I knew about when I met this guy who felt hopeless and alone. So I personally have committed to raising $10,000 for AIDS Life Cycle and the two benefactors. So I'm asking you to look into your hearts and even deeper into your wallets and give until it hurts. You know, I read once on a t-shirt that if one of us has AIDS, all of us has AIDS. So let's do our part to heal us and to cure us all. Please click on the link and donate to the cause and join me in this fight. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sending love and gratitude and support, and I am going to fight into the end. Thank you.